This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the Lieutenant Governor weighs in on the situation involving State Attorney General Kathleen Kane. Good evening and thank you for watching. I'm Ken Kara and I'm going to read your local headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker right now. Pennsylvania's Lieutenant Governor was in our studio today. Lieutenant Governor Michael Stack joined our Lisa Sugart for a special taping of Let the People Know. While here, we asked the Lieutenant Governor for his reaction to the Senate not voting to remove Attorney General Kathleen Kane from office.
The basic issue that they determined was that just because Kathleen Kane had a suspended law license did not necessarily indicate that she could not serve as Attorney General. And so obviously more facts have to come out as to whether General Kane can continue to serve. And then the other aspect that was made by one senator, Senator Schwank, was that we're very close to the end of Kathleen Kane's term. And the greatest decider of whether a public official should remain in office is always the voters and the electorate. And so there's only a couple of months before they would get a chance to determine that. And shouldn't we let the people decide whether they've had enough of General Kane or they think that she can serve? And shouldn't the rest of us all be focused on passing a budget?
You can hear much more from the Lieutenant Governor on the next episode of Let the People Know. We will announce the exact dates and times in the near future. Tomorrow, Governor Tom Wolf is stopping by the Hazleton Elementary Middle School. The visit comes as Wolf is trying to use more state taxes to help public schools. The state legislature did not agree with his vision. Wolf is a Democrat and the legislature has a Republican majority. State leaders are still trying to square away a budget for this year as they were unable to come to a compromise in December. Kent Jackson has more details on the governor's visit at standardspeaker.com. A drug bust in Hazleton turned up 1 pound of crystal methamphetamine, 2 ounces of cocaine, and more on Wednesday. 55-year-old Juan Elvis Monsanto from the Dominican Republic was arrested after agents from the Federal Drug Enforcement Agency searched the second floor of 38 East 1st Street in the city and apartment number 2 at 37 East Diamond Avenue. Hazleton Police Chief Jerry Spezial says there's zero tolerance in the city, and if you sell drugs here, the police will pursue you until you are brought to justice. According to the city police, Monsanto was living in Hazleton for 9 years. Meanwhile, Hazleton city leaders, including Police Chief Jerry Spezial, are looking for ways to bring more funds into the Hazleton Police Department so they can be more aggressive in their fight against crime in the city. Lisa Sugart sat down with the chief to talk about some of the avenues they are pursuing and about a fundraiser being held for his department next week at the Pines Eatery and Spirits in downtown Hazleton.
You know, the mayor is working on a number of plans. I won't elaborate on that because, you know, that's obviously something that the administration is doing. He's the chief administrator, so that's in his bailiwick. As far as my area, I've been working with the mayor and the state representative, Tara Tuhill, and she's been, her and her personnel have been tremendous. We worked the other night till about midnight writing a grant to put together a mini task force that would do park and walk throughout the city by using data-driven analytics on knowing where to go for crime hotspots and how to police it better by getting out of the car, parking, walking, stopping the crime before it occurs.
On another subject, a local group being organized for a 501c3 to help raise money for the Hazleton Police Department for equipment. What's your reaction?
I mean, I'm humbled by that. I mean, it's truly an honor to work for the public that wants to help the police department and do so many things for us to help us do our job. You know, obviously they realize that we're cash strapped, and you know, equipment's something that's so needed. You know, so it's really great to have the public come out like that. The people behind it, I can't thank them enough, you know, for their generosity, their sincerity, and to really just be behind public safety. I mean, it helps us. It helps the morale. This is not about me. This is about the men and women that are out there every day. This shows them that the public really appreciates what you do for them.
The grant money the chief was talking about would come from state gaming money. Well, your help is needed to ensure that blood is available when needed. Lisa Sugart has the details.
Well, the weather may be cold, but guess what? The need for blood continues all year round, whether the weather's nice or not. And here to tell us how you can help to provide blood for some much-needed people in our area is Marie D'Amato. She is the Donor Resources Representative for Miller Keystone Blood Center, which is the sole provider of blood for the Lehigh Valley Health Network in our area. Thank you so much for joining us. This is really important because the winter time, we all like to stay home and only go out when necessary, but you need people to come out and roll up their sleeves and help.
Absolutely. We're going to be at the Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, next Wednesday, February 17th, from 12 to 5 p.m., and we need people to come out and donate. We need you to come out and help save a life.
Now, how great is that need? And when somebody does give blood, how does it help?
Every day, every 2 seconds, someone needs blood. People at our hospital are depending on us as a community to come out and donate blood. Transplant patients, accident victims, trauma patients, people who can go into the hospital for a general surgery need blood. And it can only come from volunteer blood donors.
And heaven forbid if we ever need it, we want to make sure it's there, so we want it to be there for everybody at all times.
Absolutely. You never know when you're going to need blood. It could be your family member, your neighbor, your friend. We need to make sure that it's there for you when you need blood.
Now, this is happening on February 17th. And we were talking, have things changed now because we're hearing all about the Zika virus? Is that impacting how you handle your blood drives as well?
It is. Right now, we are deferring donors for 28 days if you have traveled to Mexico, the Caribbean, and South and Central America. So if in the past 28 days, if you've traveled to any of those places, we are telling you not to come in and donate for the next 28 days.
And they're getting something when they're giving blood as well. They're getting lunch.
Absolutely. The Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton does offer a $5 lunch voucher. So if you come in and donate blood, you can come and have lunch on the hospital.
Wow, that's a great deal. You're helping to save lives, plus you're getting lunch at the same time, so I think that's a really good deal. Again, the blood drive happening Wednesday, February 17th. We need you to call 570-501-6204 to register for it. They're all walk-ins the day of the drive, and you said take advantage of the ice screen so you can have all your paperwork done before you walk in. I hope you have a tremendous turnout and that so many people come that you don't have to worry about the need for quite a while.
Thank you very much. And if you have any questions about donating blood, you can go to our website, giveapint.org, or you can call us at 1-800-223-6667, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Alrighty. Marie D'Amato from Miller Keystone, the sole provider of blood products for Lehigh Valley Health Network in our area.
Thank you, Lisa. Have you registered for the Share the Love event going on now through Valentine's Day at the Laurel Mall? Enter to win a grand prize of $500 for a Laurel Mall shopping spree. SSPTV is a proud sponsor of the event, and we're giving away a social media package for the Socializer One, a division of SSPTV, as one of the many prizes being offered by Laurel Mall merchants. Register to win now through February 14th at the Laurel Mall, or look for registration forms in the Standard Speaker and Panorama magazine. The big Share the Love drawing takes place February 15th at 6 p.m. at Center Court at the Laurel Mall. Coming up next, Hazleton's fire chief has some advice for city residents ahead of the next snowfall. And in sports, we spend a practice with Hazleton area diver Jordy Soto as he prepares for a gold medal run at the District 2 meet.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
With snow in the forecast for the upcoming week, we talked with Hazleton Fire Chief Donald Leschko about how to be safe during the snow and what to do during a snow ban.
Tell us about some of the restrictions and rules that residents should follow in light of a snowstorm.
Biggest thing is the City of Hazleton Northern Snow Ban. It goes into effect in October. It's in effect until usually about April. The most important part is the snow ban will start being enforced at the start of a snowstorm. So when that snow starts falling, that means snow ban is in effect, and thus the fire department, police department, code office will be out ticketing cars. During this last snowstorm, they ticketed well over 200 vehicles that were parked in the snow ban area, and we will be out in full force. And this next snowstorm, I guarantee you, we will be out towing cars. We cannot have vehicles in the snow ban area. We cannot be leaving vehicles in the snow ban area due to it's just a safety hazard. It's causing a hazard not only for the plow, the DPW gets through to widen out the streets. It's for me trying to get my big fire trucks through the streets, through police, buses, just general commerce moving through our city streets. So it's most important that we will be out doing full enforcement with the snow ban, and the snow ban remains in effect 48 hours after the end of the snowstorm. So you can be ticketed up to 48 hours after the snowstorm. The next thing we're implying is to all city residents that during a snowstorm, please do not throw the snow back out on the streets. The DPW is coming through, they're clearing the street, they're widening the street out. Next thing you know, residents are throwing snow back out in the streets, and then the city's getting complaints that the streets aren't plowed. That is the biggest problem we have in the city, and we will start citing people for doing that. It is just definitely, it's a law you cannot break. You're putting snow back out in the streets, and you will be cited for it. And the other thing is also adopt your fire hydrant. If you have a fire hydrant in your neighborhood, please just go by, clear an area around it, make sure the snow's removed for it. That gives us, God forbid, we have an emergency that we need to use those hydrants, that we can easily access them and get into it. But it's just most importantly is to watch the local media. You will be told when the snow ban is going into effect. The parking, follow the snow ban to the T. If you follow it and abide by it, you'll have no problems. If not, you will be getting a ticket, and then your vehicle will be towed.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Don't be deceived by this sunny weather shot. Winter ruled the day, and it was a cold one, and we are in for more cold temperatures for the rest of the week. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, partly cloudy. Our low will be 7 degrees with the wind chill. It will feel like -3. 4-day outlook takes us through the weekend. Friday, scattered flurries between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., then a chance of snow showers after 4 p.m. Partly sunny. Our high will be 20, but will feel like -2. New snow accumulation of less than a ½ inch possible. Friday night, snow showers are likely, mainly between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., and then we'll get snow after 1 a.m., and the snow could be heavy at times. Our low will be 7 degrees. With the wind chill, it will feel like -8, and we could get up to an inch of snow. Saturday, a chance of snow showers, scattered flurries before 7 a.m., then scattered flurries after 7 a.m., partly sunny and cold, high of 9 degrees, and it will be blustery with wind gusts as high as 32 miles per hour. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low of -6, once again blustery. Sunday, mostly sunny and cold with a high of only 10 degrees. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 3 degrees. President's Day on Monday, a chance of snow, mostly cloudy, high of 25 degrees. Monday night, 50% chance of snow, mostly cloudy, we'll have a low of 22 degrees. That's the weather. Here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 85, pick 3, 350, pick 4, 1798, and pick 5, 14891. We're going to do some law talk, and when we come back after break, it's time for sports and a feature with one of the Hazleton area Cougar swimming team. It's their diver, Jordy Soto.
Hello again and welcome to Law Talk. Today we're going to talk about another part of our auto insurance coverage. It's a very important part, a part that you don't have to buy, a part that you're not required to buy by law, but it's a part of the coverage that we think is very important, and that is uninsured motorist coverage and underinsured motorist coverage, and Alexis will tell you about that.
Uninsured and underinsurance coverage is not mandated by Pennsylvania law. So if you're filling out your insurance paperwork, you're looking to get insurance for a vehicle, you're not mandated to get the or underinsurance coverage. We strongly advise our clients to get the and underinsurance coverage for several reasons. One being individuals we have deadbeat drivers, for example. You have a driver who wants to get a vehicle, wants to get their registration, they have car insurance, and then a couple months later they decide not to pay the premiums. Therefore, they become uninsured. If you're hit by an uninsured driver and you don't have uninsured coverage, then there's no remedy for you. There's no claim that you can take for recovery regarding that accident. For underinsurance coverage, if you're struck by somebody who has the minimal coverage, which would be $15,000, and you have significant injuries, then you're also in a tight spot, because if you don't have underinsurance coverage, you're not able to make a claim for additional recovery. And in Pennsylvania, the law says that $15,000 is the minimum coverage that one needs to have in order to be an insured driver on the road. Having said that, if you're struck by somebody who has minimal coverage, that being $15,000, you have significant injuries, you have significant economic losses in the form of wage loss, you're not able to make a claim for recovery of that with your own insurance if you don't have the underinsurance coverage. So it's important to have both and underinsurance coverage as part of your insurance policy when you're looking at those options.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Yesterday on FYI, Dave Seaman and I talked about how defense wins championships, and last night the Marion Phillies put words into action as they took a step closer to a Schuylkill League championship. To the FYI Standard Speakers scoreboard, we go Marion, the Schuylkill League Division III champ. They beat the Division I champs Pottsville at Martz Hall. Now the Phillies will face unbeaten Division II champ Minersville for the league championship on Friday. The Wyoming Valley Conference Division I champs beat Berwick on Wednesday to finish the league season with a 13-1 record in the Wyoming Valley Conference. Kendra File stayed hot for the Lady Cougars with 21 points in the game. Monoy area, they beat Notre Dame East Stroudsburg in a non-league game. Laura Bisco had 18 points. The Monoy area boys lost to Medical Academy Charter in non-league action. Matt Yidsena did pile up 35 points for the Golden Bears. Monoy area did get a win on the mats as they pinned Halifax. Tamaqua, they lost to Pine Grove in wrestling. Hazleton area diver Jordy Soto has been an important part of the Cougars' 6-2 record in the Wyoming Valley Conference this season. We caught up with him at a recent practice to learn more about his background and to see what he hopes to accomplish as the district championship meet approaches. 1, 2, 3. That's how many deep breaths Jordy Soto takes before he jumps, before he takes his next leap toward his goal of winning a gold medal in diving at the District 2 Championships. It's a practice he started years ago to relax and focus himself at karate. He learned this from his sensei at Mountain Valley Martial Arts.
I did karate for like a really long time. I think it was about like 10 years. So then that really helped me mentally, because diving is basically all mental and like just a little bit physical. Like you just have to get over the mental part, like know that you're going to be good. You can complete the dive and then you're good.
Let's talk about mental. Is there a little bit of fear the first few times you're doing it, or is it just mental, like I don't want to screw this up, or both?
It's both, but mostly like fear. The first year I started, like it took me like a long time just to get a basic forward dive. Like it took me a good 2 weeks. And that's like very long, and it was a lot of tears went into this sport, I'll say that.
Last year was Soto's first year diving, and he finished third in District 2 as a sophomore. He's having a good follow-up year, and it could be great if he can grab gold later this month at the district meet.
How did you make the jump from last year to this year? Just a lot of hard work?
A lot of hard work, basically. More tears. A lot of smacks, as we call them, which are belly flops, which hurt a lot. And basically, it just, after you do a belly flop, it kind of helps you to do the next dive, because you know, like, don't do it that way, and you'll be good.
This is the time to belly flop at practice, under the watchful eye of his coach, Monica Wydick.
What were you working on today? What do we see you working on today?
Well, I was working on my voluntary dives, so they were my basic dives. So I did my forward dive and my forward 1.5 somersaults, and I did my reverse dive too. Before you guys came, I was working on some big stuff.
Yeah, how do you train with that? How do you fail and then keep getting back up? Is that kind of diving? Like, all right, let's try this.
Mental. It's all mental. Because, like, if you say, like, you do a bad dive, you can't just put it in your head, like, oh, that dive went bad. I might as well just stop. Because then you'll never want to do the dive again.
What's the best dive you're doing right now? What's something you're really proud of?
My favorite dive would have to be my back 1.5. I just learned it this year, and it's, like, my all-time favorite.
Wydick records every dive because while the mind can play tricks, her undoctored video never lies.
It kind of helps me out a lot. When I see my video, I see what I'm doing wrong. So like, because there's times I'm just like, I definitely did that and I didn't do it.
This summer, the Olympic Games will take place in Brazil. Maybe Soto will be enjoying them with his own gold medal, having his story come full circle.
How did you start diving?
Well, I actually, I used to see it in the Olympics all the time and I always wanted to try it. And freshman year, I never had the guts to do it. And then sophomore year, I finally decided. I just went to conditioning and then I found out that I loved it.
When you watched the Olympics, did you think like, all right, I can do that?
Well, I didn't say maybe I could do the things that they do, but I watched, after I saw the Olympics, I always went on YouTube, watched a lot of videos on just people my age, the dives that they do, and then I really liked it, and I was just like, I'm definitely gonna try this.
Thanks to Jordy for taking some time during practice. Shenandoah Valley boys basketball team, they'll be playing tonight in the semifinals in boys basketball for the Schuylkill League playoffs. We'll have that score tomorrow and more on FYI. We're going to our social report right now. We'll be right back. Thursday is $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Hey golfers, have we got the perfect vacation spot for you? Myrtle Beach. Signature Golf Packages builds and reserves the finest and most reasonably priced Myrtle Beach vacations. From scheduling your golf tee times to making your hotel accommodations. Oceanfront to golf course villas. Mark Passon, a Hazleton native, has been doing this for 10 years. Expect excellent customer service, local knowledge of all the courses, and the best golf vacation of a lifetime. Call now to learn all of the specials that Signature Golf Packages can offer you or your group. 866-462-9885 or book now at signaturegolfpackages.com.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Nuremberg Community Players are presenting Grease from March 17th through the 20th. The theater is located at 283 Hazel Street in Nuremberg. Music will be performed by Better Than Monday. For tickets, dinner reservations, or information, just call 570-788-4411. Our next announcement, St. Michael's Church in Shenandoah will be holding a soup sale Sunday, February 21st from noon until they're sold out. Cost is $7 a quart and variety of soups and bread are available. Takeout only. St. Michael's Church located at 300 West Oak Street. For info, just call 570-462-0809. And finally, on February 23rd, the Wilkes University Family Business Alliance will provide a free seminar titled When Your Family is Your Business. The session will be held from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce on Wednesday. Again, that's February 23rd. Anyone interested in attending should contact the Chamber 570-455-1509 to RSVP. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Theodore W. Oles of Freeland. No viewing or services planned. Arrangements are under the direction of the Hazel Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Rosemary T. McGrady of Bloomsburg. Funeral is Friday at 10 a.m. at the Damiano Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 9 to 10 a.m. Stephen A. Mills of Drifton. Friends may call Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. at the McNulty Funeral Home. And Ann M. Corrado of Hazleton. Funeral is Friday at 9 a.m. from the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 8 to 9 a.m. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Diane Boyarski of Hazel Township. Diane, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Hey everyone, I want to thank you for watching, and please stay warm out there, stay safe, come back for another FYI on Friday. I'll see you then. Take it easy.